Welcome to HealthyAyurveda.com. I'm Dr. Mike Dhaliwal, Vedic Sage. Today we'll continue with Pitta dosha, focusing on the 5 sub-doshas of Pitta. The 5 sub-doshas of Pitta are Pāchaka Pitta, Rañjaka Pitta, Sādhaka Pitta, Ālochaka Pitta, and Bhrājaka Pitta. So as a quick review, we know that Pitta is predominantly of the fire and water elements. And just as the sun represents the transformative energy of the external world, so too Pitta represents the transformative energy within. So the functions of Pitta dosha, when balanced, are Pitta is involved with digestion. Pitta, being associated with Agni, creates hunger and thirst. Pitta generates warmth within the body. Pitta within the mind provides illumination or intelligence. Pitta provides sight and vision. And Pitta creates that luster and softness to the skin. So, although Pitta is found throughout the body, Pitta appears to have predominance in certain locations of the body. And we can appreciate these via the 5 sub-doshas. For example, Pāchaka Pitta is predominantly located within the stomach and small intestine. And this form of Pitta, also known as Pāchaka Agni, which represents the digestive fire and likely represents the digestive and metabolic enzymes needed for proper digestion. It's interesting that Sushruta explains that there cannot be any Agni or metabolic fire without Pitta. So digestion is to break down, and Pāchaka Pitta, being analogous to Agni, helps to break down food into smaller units. Imbalances of Pāchaka Pitta may cause conditions such as dyspepsia, indigestion, hyperacidity, gastritis, and conditions such as peptic ulcer disease. Rañjaka Pitta gives color, whether it be the skin color, discoloration of the eyes, or even the color of waste products, is likely via the influence of Rañjaka Pitta. Now, there is a strong correlation between Pitta dosha, blood or Rakta Dhatu, with the liver and spleen, which is likely influenced by Rañjaka Pitta. The spleen filters blood and helps to separate damaged or old red blood cells and sends these damaged red blood cells off to the liver. In the liver, these damaged or old red blood cells are broken down further in order to recycle portions of blood, such as separating the heme and globulin portions of hemoglobin. Along with forming bile salts, the bile salts are eventually secreted into the biliary system, which is needed for the digestion of fats. Now, if there are any abnormalities in the functional relationship between the spleen, liver, and blood, for example, obstructive jaundice due to gallstones, this will cause a distinct change of color, such as yellowing of the skin and the yellowing of the eyes, which appears under the influence of Rañjaka Pitta. So this illustrates that there is no single factor which regulates color, but the principle of these various factors are influenced by the principle of Rañjaka Pitta, which is most predominantly occurring via the liver and spleen in association with blood. Imbalances involving Rañjaka Pitta may include conditions of the liver, such as hepatitis or obstructive jaundice, or even fatty liver and or steatorrhea, which is likely with kapha involvement. Sādhaka Pitta is that which allows us to grasp or to obtain. Grasping in the sense of understanding and comprehension, as well as obtaining knowledge. So this most likely pertains to matters of the brain and cognition. However, interestingly, Sushruta mentions the heart as being the site of Sādhaka Agni. that which gives passion to achieve a desired result. And it's interesting to mention that Pitta predominant people are often successful not only because of the knowledge and understanding, but there appears to be a drive and passion behind every Pitta-driven boss or CEO, which is likely the feelings felt within the heart. Ālochaka Pitta is the visual aspect of Pitta which illumines, and is the portion of Pitta which is predominant within the eye. This likely correlates with the transformative actions of Pitta through chemical reactions within the retina, rods, and cones. And conditions of Ālochaka Pitta often create irritation and burning to the eye, such as conjunctivitis, which often requires cooling measures in order to pacify Pitta dosha. And finally, Bhrājaka Pitta is that aspect of Pitta predominant within the skin, and that which maintains body temperature, normal complexion, and luster to the skin. Conditions of abnormal Bhrājaka Pitta may include certain skin conditions such as dermatitis, eczema, acne, etc. Okay guys, this was just a basic introduction into the various Pitta Sub-Doshas. Hopefully this was helpful, and until next time, be well.